Hey everyone, this morning the Southern Nevada Tourism and Infrastructure Committee voted unanimously to recommend to the Nevada legislature number 2, which remained outstanding for those of you who followed this may remember. Number 2 now is for the Clark County 88% of 100% of the hotel tax increase to be used to give $750 million in bond proceeds to a developer, ostensibly Las Vegas Sands and Majestic, to build an NFL, state-of-the-art NFL stadium. The shortfall, any shortfall in hotel tax revenues, which would trigger a possible default, would be remedied by the use of what the consultants call a waterfall. And a waterfall basically means it's the additional money that they believe will be available in hotel tax revenue over and above the increase, which essentially cuts into the debt coverage ratio reserve. The additional decision they made was to have the alternative. It basically gives the developer everything that the developer wants, and there's no public contribution cap. So even though the public is giving $750 million, there's nothing to cap that. It could go up from there. Yeah, it could go to $1 billion. The Southern Nevada Tourism and Infrastructure Committee was formed by Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval, a Republican who was almost nominated to the Supreme Court, was almost nominated to the Supreme Court by President Obama. He turned down the president's offer, but I digress. And so the members of the SNTIC serve at the pleasure of the governor. I've been involved in politics, either as a volunteer for Dianne Feinstein for governor, or as an aide to the late Texas Senator Lloyd Bentsen, or as an aide to 2 of the last 5 mayors of Oakland, or having special relationships like the current mayor is my god sister, Libby Schaaf. I have never, in any political arena, seen a committee that didn't do what the former of that committee wanted. And if a person on the committee looked like it was going to steer the committee in a way that was far afield of what the former of the committee, in this case the governor, wanted, that person was either replaced or outvoted. Generally replaced, but in this instance you don't replace other elected officials. But the bottom line is Governor Sandoval got what he wanted. It's his call now. And it's not to say that what Governor Sandoval wants entirely rubber stamps what is a fiscally irresponsible proposal. That's me saying this. But it's in his lap now, the governor. And he can decide to accept the recommendations and pass them on to the Nevada legislature for a special session. When that special session will be, I don't yet know. It could be prior to the election in October. Time's running out. Or it could be after the election. A number of people were saying that the Las Vegas Sands people want it before the election because they know that after the election it'll be a lame duck session, and most likely they may not get the votes that they want at that time. But they want them now. The rub is that the number of people who are expected to vote are also running for re-election and are now placed with this additional decision of do they support something that obviously requires them to approve a huge public subsidy. It will be the largest in NFL history if it gets to a point where it becomes an NFL team, in this case the Raiders, moving to Las Vegas. The reminder for everybody must be this: the Raiders have not been approved to move to Las Vegas. Any tweets, blog posts, or comments to the contrary should be discounted as completely 1,000% wrong. Also, for those who said that I predicted the SNTIC wouldn't do this, I did not. What I said was that early on, the objective was to make absolutely certain that hotel tax money will be used for the expansion of Las Vegas Convention Center. But as a media guy, I learned something by doing research and talking to a ton of people, a lot of people. And what I learned was that Las Vegas Sands had basically bought the process. They gave campaign financing to the mayor of Las Vegas. They gave campaign financing to Steve Sisolak, the county commissioner chair of Clark County. And I don't know where else their money went to. They may have paid for the consultants' work. In fact, I believe that they did because the tone and tenor of the discussions I've had with the consultants for the SNTIC and for the governor's office under Steve Hill. And you have to remember, Steve Hill works for Governor Brian Sandoval, who in turn himself has received money from Las Vegas Sands. And then there's Sheldon Adelson. Sheldon Adelson is worth $29 billion. As I speak to you, he is opening a $2.4 billion casino in Macau, all with his own money. It must be asked, how come he can't use his own private financing? And if your response back is because the return on investment wouldn't be great, my counter is that's not true. It would be. And anyone who believes that either doesn't know how to do the numbers themselves or doesn't want to do the homework, or both. Or just simply doesn't know how. Or third. The simple fact of the matter is that this stadium project is completely unimaginative. It does not represent something that could be the fabric of Las Vegas in terms of its economy. For example, how about luxury boxes as hotel rooms? How about 300 of them? That would be a novel idea in a city that is chocked full of hotel rooms and always looking to add more. That would be great. So there are a lot of questions that remain answered, but the bottom line is this is far from a done deal. 2/3 approval is needed from the Nevada legislature, and then the NFL has to approve. Anyone who tells you that all NFL owners are behind this is crazy. I don't care who they are. They are absolutely nuts. Because the last time someone said that was Carson. When it was said, Davis has the votes lined up for Carson, didn't have the votes lined up at all. Here came Stan Kroenke. Now you've got Oakland. And as I speak, the mayor of Oakland is meeting with her stadium consultant on their next steps. You have Ronnie Lott out there waiting in the wings as a developer, the NFL Hall of Famer. And he has the capital to build the stadium in Oakland. That has been proven. So this is not a done deal by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, and don't forget that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has stated that he wants to see a long-term stadium solution in Oakland. And Oakland is providing that. So there you go. Stay tuned.